The lines outside polling stations across the United States this morning tell a familiar story. Americans, once again, are voting. But this isn't a presidential election year. These are state and local contests, the kinds of off-year elections that rarely dominate headlines. Yet the stakes could not feel higher. Virginia's governor's race and California's ballot measures are making headlines. Today's vote in New York City's heated mayoral election will not only determine local leadership, but also set the tone for the community's future. But the national political climate heading into 2026, and looming behind it all, is the unmistakable figure of Donald Trump. Even without his name printed on a single ballot, Trump's presence is inescapable. Many Republican candidates have embraced his rhetoric, framing their campaigns around the populist themes that fueled his political rise: immigration crackdowns, skepticism of federal authority, and frustration with the direction of the economy. Others have tried to distance themselves, seeking to hold on to moderate and suburban voters weary of the chaos that has followed in Trump's wake. Democrats, meanwhile, have turned Trump into a warning sign, a symbol of what they argue could return if voters become complacent. The result is that local elections have transformed into a national pulse check, a quiet referendum on Trumpism itself. In New York City, that dynamic took center stage when newly elected Mayor Zoran Mamdani used his victory speech to call out Trump directly, vowing that the city will not bow to the politics of fear. The moment captured what is happening across much of the country: a clash between old political instincts and the new reality that Trump's movement still defines the American right. In Virginia and New Jersey, governors' races have turned into proxy battles over his legacy. Even ballot initiatives about housing, education, and law enforcement have been shaped by the larger national debate over values that Trump helped ignite. Political analysts describe today's elections as a crucial test of Trump's continuing hold over the Republican Party. A strong showing by Trump-endorsed candidates would cement his dominance and signal that his brand remains potent, even when he's not on the ballot. But weak results, particularly in the suburbs or in purple states, could expose cracks in his coalition, suggesting that fatigue and frustration are setting in among independents, and even some traditional conservatives. This is a stress test for Trumpism, said one analyst. Can this movement really flourish without its main leader at the helm? Let's find out. Trump's influence extends far beyond the GOP. For Democrats, his name remains one of their most effective mobilization tools. Campaign ads, fundraising emails, and stump speeches have invoked him repeatedly, sometimes more than their actual opponents, in an effort to reignite the same urgency that drove voter turnout during his presidency. Yet, there's also a risk. Overemphasizing Trump could make Democrats appear backward-looking, focused on the past rather than the future challenges voters face. As night falls and ballots are counted, the results will offer more than just a list of winners and losers. They will provide a snapshot of a divided nation still wrestling with the political and emotional aftershocks of the Trump era. The question hovering over this election day is not simply who governs cities and states, but whether Trump's brand of politics, defined by populism, defiance, and personal loyalty, continues to dominate America's political imagination. Whether these elections strengthen or weaken his standing, one truth remains: Donald Trump may not be running for anything today, but his shadow still stretches across every ballot cast. In America's off-year elections, the president remains, unmistakably, on the minds of voters everywhere.